and share screen.
I like to start. Yeah.
Yes,
Right up
good.
front.
Okay, let's see, can I,
Yes, you can.
all right,
Thank you.
so I guess I'm talking to the camera or, all right. So my internship was with a nonprofit called the Borgen Project. And it is a nonprofit that is dedicated to making poverty a focus of US foreign policy. And it does so through four methods. The first one is through advocacy, in which interns mobilize people across the globe to back the efforts of the nonprofit and to help make poverty a political priority. Second one is through education. We teach basic advocacy skills that allow citizens to communicate with their government. Third one is the fourth one is the issue message, which is that we are building awareness of global issues and innovations in poverty reduction through our online community presence. We accomplish this through our internship programs. So there's 5 that the nonprofit offers. The first one is the HR position, which focuses on recruitment, basic HR management skills, recruiting, staff training and development, and interns update job postings, inform groups and classes of openings. Second one is nonprofit leadership, which is the position that I had. This role emphasizes advocacy, and interns learn skills needed to lead and develop a nonprofit. Then we have the PA position, which focuses on leading public and political outreach in your state and district. And you will interns represent the Borgen Project at events. They write letters to their leaders, to media and other groups. And there's the PR and marketing position, which focuses on market research, focus groups, pitching stories to media, planning informational meetings and social media. And then the writer journalist position, which interns write 1 article per week for the Borgen Project's magazine or the blog. And then on top of that, there's some assignments that all interns do regardless of their position. There's a fundraising aspect, in which we all sort of like create our own fundraising campaign to raise money for the nonprofit. And everybody participates in advocacy every week. And all internships are fully remote, and they're 12 hours per week for 12 weeks. So then how do you apply? You can find the Borgen Project on every major job board. They start new positions on the first Monday of every month, and they're hired on a rolling basis, so there's always opportunity. Got a few tips for if you're interested in the position. We took a recruitment training course that basically they told us what they're looking for in the ideal candidate. So they emphasize that they do not prioritize your GPA or your experience. While they are important, they really are interested in wanting to know why you want to join the nonprofit and what particular aspects you'll bring to the team. So your cover letter is going to be very important. And your interview, if you prepare well to answer some of those big picture questions, like why you want to intern with them, then you should have a very good chance of getting a position. So as far as the internship itself, it's based off of a weekly tracker that your supervisor will provide you. It's essentially a Google Doc that has your assignments for all of your 12 weeks. I've got a screenshot on the right there as an example. So you'll have all the assignments and you basically just fill them out and then you cross them out in red when you're done. Provide screenshots or notes wherever necessary. And then at the bottom for each week, there'll be a timesheet where you log the dates you worked, what you did and for how long. And then at the end of the week, you submit it all and then your supervisor will give you feedback for the next week to know what you did well and what you might need to improve on. So as far as a typical day, you get to pick your own schedule. It's fully remote, which is why I'm just wearing what I would normally wear. And there's a huge emphasis on freedom associated with this position in terms of how you want to tackle certain tasks. such as the fundraising campaign or how you want to mobilize people to reach out to Congress. You can sort of take your own approach, which I think is a really interesting aspect that not a lot of positions offer. So each week your work is due at 5 p.m. Pacific because Borgen Project is located in Tacoma, Washington. And then you, like I said, you'll get your feedback the following Monday. So as far as success, got a screenshot of this is basically what the campaign, the fundraising campaign that you'll set up will look like. And I found that for me, the success was that the work that you do is really rewarding, getting to be able to participate in advocacy and getting others to do so, I found really rewarding. For example, the Borgen Project teamed up with a bunch of other nonprofits for this COVID supplemental funding bill in February. So we all met on Zoom and then we discussed it all and sort of made our pitch for the representatives, and the bill actually passed, although it wasn't the full amount that we wanted. It still felt rewarding to know that you kind of played a part in the passage of it. And then as far as growth, I gained a significant amount of confidence in terms of peer pressure and meetings and phone calls, because ultimately when you meet with the leaders, you're never gonna they're obviously going to be more educated about whatever issue that you are presenting than you, but they just want you to voice your opinion as constituent of your state. Another skill I learned was time management, because you make your own schedule. It can be tempting to kind of wait till the end of the week to do all of your work, but I think that the position sort of helped you gain experience and learning how to better manage your time so you don't have to do that. And then as far as how I connected it to sociology in this class, you do a lot of study of major global issues like conflicts, poverty, education, reform, stuff like that. And I connected that to sociology and ultimately to this class in one particular way via disaster capitalism, which is what I'm gonna base my final project on. So I'm building it around this book called Shock Doctrine, which is by Naomi Klein. If you took the Global Social Seminar, you'll read this book. And it basically is the idea that there's this concept called shock therapy, which is an exploitative philosophy in which capitalists or government or people with positions of power use natural disasters or crises to sort of as a way to create policies that will benefit themselves and their business, while the citizens who are dealing with whatever crises are too distracted to sort of respond. And I connected this to the Borgen Project because it helps to combat this philosophy by targeting poverty reduction from a legislative standpoint, which helps to ensure that aid is given directly to those who need it. And that's what I'm going to base my paper on, and that's in my presentation.
Cool, thank you.